Yeah, right. Hey, they say we chillin'. Yeah, we is some gaudy daddies. Yeah, we about to get it cause we driving in the caddy. We got it loose in the back. Cut boost, yeah, you know we ain't whack. Yeah, we really having fun chillin' on the river. Getting really cold, yeah, we really about to shiver. Yeah, we about to chill. Till next episode, I'm about to get it cause you know I'm about to flip it though. Hey. So welcome everybody. We are here, episode 3. We're chilling with 3 Dharma Daddies and our special guest for today. We've got a special week ahead, not only just in Dharma, but we've got something special planned for today. Today's kind of engagement and topic with our special guest, Mrs. Autumn Taylor.
Hey everybody.
Is we're going to be talking about women in sales and women in business.
I like it.
It's a lot has happened since the pandemic, and people, like I mentioned in the last episode, people got exposed. People, when COVID came around, a lot of people got exposed, men and women. And so there's been a huge uptick of women not only killing it in business, but also separating themselves from what was the norm of many different things we'll talk about today. But without further ado, we do have a lot going on in Dharma this week. Big Yat, let us know what's going on, man.
Yeah, so last week we were able to go ahead and build that website. We got that going. So probably tomorrow or the next day we're going to go ahead and sit down, bulk order all of our inventory, go ahead and take the hit because I know we're going to sell it all. And so we're going to go ahead and just, fast.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and get everything already in. We're going to get professional product shots done and stuff like that. That way everything's clean, cut, and people go to the site and they see something like, oh, this is the real shit. So that's a big goal.
Oh, it's super real. Super good. Super comfy. Read the product descriptions when you go on the website.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them.
Yeah, we got a product called stickers.
Stickers, and there's crop tops. They're cute. They're comfy. That's all you got to know.
Yeah.
So you can get a crop top now?
I have 2 crop tops left, so that's one of the things we have to rebulk order.
Scarcity. Yeah.
No, actually, one person placed an order yesterday for a crop top, and so that might have been the last one, or I might have one left.
Does she have one stored?
Yes, I have
I
a
got
crop
the cash.
I already have a crop top.
Yeah, she's got the crop top.
I got the crop top. I got a few sets. They're very cute and very comfy.
Yeah, for the viewers, go ahead and elaborate on the sets. We haven't really had a woman on here yet to talk about them. We've just been capping about them.
Are they that good, though?
They are very good. And they're really... the compression material is super fire. You definitely do not need a bra for all the ladies out there doing workouts with the compression top and the set. You can just throw the top on, throw the pants on, and go work out. That's all you need, and it's pretty fire.
Does
not
it
gonna
look
lie.
good?
It looks great.
Yeah, actually,
it's very hot.
I had a girl hit me up today on Snapchat, and she said, "Hey, I'm doing a professional photo shoot tomorrow. Can I snag some clothing from you and get some product shots done?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, you can." Say less.
You asked at the right time.
Say
She
less.
closed you.
She closed. when you see her, you don't have to close me.
That's awesome.
Big Yat.
Big Yat. So we got that. Thanks for letting us know what's upcoming this week with Dharma. How you feeling this week, Skip?
Oh, it's going to be a really, really blessed week with Dharma. In addition to the bulk ordering, it's going to be a big learning curve for us, running the numbers, making sure everything looks good. We're not going to go in the red. And then once we...
No, we're going in the red at first, but then we're going to make sure we end up in the green.
Not the
Going
red.
in the red.
Not red like your shorts red. The red.
Might have wore these.
Not
on
the
last
fun bright
podcast.
red, but we're going to learn how to make sure we keep that inventory running, how to make sure we organize the site accordingly for order fulfillment. We just ordered a label maker, all the supplies needed for that, so we're going to figure out how that works to make shipping a lot faster. So there's a lot we're going to learn this week, and I think by the end of the week, by the time we film the next episode, we're going to have it down pat. Big Yak got it
Big
down
Yak.
pat.
Ooh.
Big Yet. That's my dad. I'm not big. Yeah, I'm little yet, but I tower over him.
One
And
day-
I'm like 20 pounds heavier than him, but everybody's
Schmedium Yet.
Schmedium Yet. It is what it is.
Good.
Discount.
Well, yeah. So first off, thank you for joining us. I know you've been literally pretty busy, pretty nonstop for the last couple of months. You made some time for today, which we appreciate.
Yes, thank you
We
guys
love
for having me.
We love having guests on.
It was fun being out on the boat with everybody and just we didn't talk much. We just sat and relaxed.
Yeah,
We
and
loved-
that's kind of the best thing. It's just sitting there looking at the wilderness and taking in life.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, it was a great day so far. But yeah,
Wonderful.
glad to have you. I know you've done some pretty incredible things over the last year or two, being in the sales industry and running your own business and stuff. So I'm really excited to hear about what you have to say.
Well, thank you, Wyatt. That's very humbling coming from you, Mr. Dharma Daddy himself,
No.
and all of you Dharma Daddies. So thank you guys for having me here. I'm excited to be here and share some of my story with you guys.
Yeah.
So what is your story? Let's start with that. Like, where do you come from? Hometown?
Yeah.
How'd you grow up?
So I grew up in a little town called Bend, Oregon, and I grew up very sheltered, and I spent a lot of time riding horses and living in the country and doing all that. But my father, he's from Oakland, California, and his family has a pretty cool story, and I think that's kind of what kind of pushed me to do the things that I'm doing now. But his family, a lot of them were doctors and lawyers, and they actually started a college in the South for all blacks. And so I guess a bunch of them, they moved on to California, and because they didn't want to be in the South anymore. And one of my great-grandfather was like the first black doctor in San Francisco, and so he would be like the home doctor to all the blacks in the area. And I actually wanted to be a doctor to kind of forefront that torch for my family.
Like follow the family history?
Yeah, follow the family history. Most of everybody were either doctors or lawyers, and I wasn't really into being a lawyer. I really still love the medical field. I watch surgeries like almost every day on my Instagram and on TikTok and on YouTube. So I really do like the medical side still to this day, but it's just not my path. I just find it interesting. But that was where I was actually going to follow through. However, my father, he took a different route. He followed his father's route, which his father was an entrepreneur. My dad's an entrepreneur, fully entrepreneur. He sold Kirby vacuums door to door like my whole entire life. And I had been quote unquote selling vacuums with my father since I was in the womb. And crazy story.
He would take you and make you go door knock with him.
Yes, so. While I was a child. And then I found out I've been working since age 14 or 13. Started in 8th grade. I worked at like a random Thai restaurant. I've been working for a long time. And then once I realized I couldn't make a lot of money, doing these little jobs, like these hourly jobs, I finally kind of submitted to my dad, and I was like, okay, Dad, I'll listen to you. Just show me how to make some real money. And so he took me out in the summer, and I'd go door knocking with him in Timbuktu of Oregon for my summer jobs. And so people would, like, the places I've been, the contacts I've made, it's a whole nother story, but I have been door knocking for a long time.
So your dad introduced you to sales.
Yes.
You had previous exposure to like doctors and stuff like that. That was a career path that interested you. So not only sales, being a doctor or something of that sort, but also I'm sure you worked your part-time jobs here and there doing certain things. I think you told us one of them earlier.
Yeah. Wait, there was a part-time job that she applied for last year.
Yeah, so, that goes into, like, pre-COVID. I've always been a hard worker. I've never stopped working. Cool. When COVID hit, so this is where it all kind of happened. I had this entrepreneurial dream. I went to college to be a doctor. I was a biomed major. I dropped out, and my whole family, like, are very prestigious on my dad's side. So they like kind of shun you. Like if you drop out of college, like you're kind of a failure. If you don't have like a life path, they're like, oh, well, she's a loser. So it was really hush-hush when I dropped out, and my father was really supportive. I just told him, I said, hey, Dad, I want to be an entrepreneur. I'm dropping out. Like, please come pick me up from Northern Arizona, Flagstaff. So he came all the way to pick me up from college, and I went home. And 2 years later, I tried to find like what I wanted to do, and I actually was going to get set up in real estate. And I moved away from home, and I was working at the coast, and the pandemic hit, and I was trying to get my real estate license, but it cost money to do that, and I didn't want to move back in with my family and be kind of broke. So I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? So pandemic hit, had a dream of being financially set, so I was like, okay, I'm going to just do whatever it takes. So I went on Craigslist to look up gigs, like random gigs. So I was shoveling horse shit. I was working
horse shit?
Yes. And I had 3 jobs at the time. So I'd shovel horse shit in the morning. I'd wake up at 5 a.m., go to a farm, do like 15 to 30 stalls in the morning, and then I would go
shoveling
before noon.
That's not easy work. My grandfather, he had donkeys. If you clean a stable out, it is
It's a lot of work.
So I would do 15 to 30 in the morning before noon, and then at noon I would have to drive all the way about 30 minutes away from the ranch to another ranch where I'd plant tomatoes, and I was on a tomato farm planting thousands of tomato plants with Mexicans that weren't legal, and I was on an actual farm with illegal immigrants.
Mexican people work hard.
And I was working harder than them.
Wow.
Haley, my best friend that you guys met, we were working our asses off on a tomato farm that I convinced her to work with me at because we both wanted money. So I just continued the dream, and I just worked my ass off, and I just kept working. And then it got to the point that I didn't care what I did. I actually applied to McDonald's because they were hiring for $25 an hour. So at the time, so I applied. Yeah. So I applied to McDonald's while I was working these 2 other jobs, and then I was also dog walking. I had so many different jobs. I also
Did you
had
ever sleep?
not really, and then I also was painting decks, staining decks, building decks, and I also did. I was a landscaper, so I did so much random work that I'd find on Craigslist or just whatever I could find during the pandemic because I just wanted to make sure I became a real estate agent.
This isn't like some story. This was like last year.
This was last year. And then as I kind of phased out of the harder work, I still was doing hard manual labor. I moved to the coast again, and I was a aerial park guide, which I had to get certified for during the pandemic, which is crazy. So I was taking people up 70 feet in the air on like aerial park tours. It was a really fun job, but I also was doing landscaping, and I was a bartender for a week, but I also was doing serving. It was crazy, never slept. And then I got the opportunity to move to California, and I said, okay, I quit my job, my day jobs. I packed up all my stuff. I didn't tell my family. I just went home with all my stuff, and I left it in the garage, and I said, oh guys, by the way, you guys need to drop me off at the airport tomorrow morning. I'm leaving to California.
What brought you to California?
It was solar. It was the career I am in now.
So how did you get involved? Like, did someone DM you? Did someone reach out to you? Was it a friend that's already in that industry? How did you get involved?
It was kind of a friend that's already in the industry. It was an ongoing thing. I actually tried to set up my father with this solar thing about 3 years ago, but he never really went for the opportunity. So it was just kind of sitting there, and then I just said, you know what, I'm just going to take a leap of faith. Why not? And I just quit everything and then moved to California. Yeah. I do have my McDonald's uniform.
They texted her actually the other day.
Yeah, they texted me the other day asking
like, hey,
if I'm still looking.
Interested in applying?
Yeah.
Yes. We'll give you $25.50 an hour.
Well, now you're probably like, yeah, can I buy the building?
Right.
Can I buy the real estate? And y'all can work for me. You're getting close to that. So.
It'd be pretty cool to do that. It'd be cool. But
so
yeah.
solar. So
Yeah,
like solar
solar's
panels
cool.
for people's roofs.
Yeah. So I never really looked at myself as somebody that would be in sales because I'm not really a pushy person. Watching my dad sell Kirby vacuums, I always, I'd see that type of sales environment, and I was like, that's not really me. And then I looked at real estate as something, as a commodity where people are like kind of looking at you. They already want it, and they're kind of just looking for someone to help them get what they want. So I just thought that would be an easy sale. And then I don't know how to describe it really, but solar is kind of that commodity where people want it and you're not really selling, which is not the truth anymore to me now.
What do you mean you're not really selling?
You definitely are selling. That was just my perception prior to getting into solar. Was I thought.
So you don't have to be like some like pushy used car salesman to like get into sales, is what you're saying?
Not at all. It's totally different. And I'll share my key points with you guys probably later this evening of what it takes to do sales.
Yeah, no, definitely interested in hearing that. So my first question would be, you're in solar now. What was like your dream job as a kid? Like, what did you want to be when you grow up, and are you happy with where you are now?
Well, what I wanted to be when I grew up was I wanted to be a doctor. And the main reason why I wanted to be a doctor was so that I could help people and I could work with people and make a difference in the world. And I think with the industry I'm in now, I feel fulfilled and that I'm accomplishing those desires.
But solar is an end game for you, right? You have bigger ambitions. You have like probably your own business you want to start.
Yeah,
even if it
definitely.
isn't the solar industry, maybe one day you start your own solar company, or you find something you're like really passionate about. You just go all in on that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the solar industry. I think it's a really great industry to be in. But yeah, it's definitely not my end game. the way that I look at solar is it's a catalyst. It's the modern day gold rush.
That's a good word. A catalyst.
Yeah, it's the modern day gold rush, and as we all know, the gold rush ended, and so there's going to be an end, I think.
So what you're saying is, like, if you want to get into solar sales and take advantage of that market, now's the time.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm going to use this as a, like I said, catalyst to propel me to the next venture that I really, really feel passionate about. I'm using this as something to get me to the next place.
Super quick question. So you said that somebody could get in solar now. Do they have to go to the, like, school for that, or do they have to have a certificate, or how does that work?
No, not at all.
So they can just get into it just by grit, hustle.
Yeah, and that's the cool part, because when I was, working to push my career in real estate, you have to pay for all the classes, the tests, marketing. You have to pay for a lot to get into real estate, and it's something that takes a long time to get into. You can't just
It's not like that though.
Yeah,
Right?
solar's totally different. That's why I was like, okay, yeah, if I can make way more doing solar and I don't have to wait,
Right.
hell yeah, I'm gonna quit my job and
Of course.
risk it all.
Go all in. Become a cleaner.
I
right?
risked
What?
it all.
You're becoming a cleaner. You're a
Yeah.
cleaner.
Slowly.
I
Slowly.
spent all my
We all
savings,
are.
had no stability. I had no idea what I was
Hopefully.
gonna do. I was like, I guess let's just run it up.
So what would you say to a girl, 20, 21-year-old, just graduated college, that might be in the same
Or
shoes
maybe,
that
maybe in college,
Or
like,
in-
trying
yeah,
to
in
figure
college.
things out.
Yeah, someone who's trying to figure out their dharma, figure out their purpose, figure out what they want to do in life. What would you say to them? Like, what would your advice be?
My advice would be, I would just tell them to look at themselves and look at what makes them motivated and excites them. And if what excites them is more than, staying in your hometown or marrying some derelict that you knew in high school, that has
Marry some derelict.
that is like
Vocabulary out the wazoo.
I think it was last
Some
episode or episode
Oswald-
1. I said like the same shit.
Some
Derelict.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah. I just, what I see for myself, if I didn't leave my hometown and didn't have a passion, I was either probably going to become an alcoholic drug addict, because that's what is usually left
That's
in the
the
hometown.
vibe.
Or you're going to
crazy.
be, that woman that got a job at a diner because she dropped out of high school because she got pregnant, and she got pregnant to some dude in high school, and he has a beer gut, and now you have 4 kids, and you were kind of stuck. And is that the life you want to live, or do you want to take the life by the balls and
What
do
you
what
mean?
you think you want?
That's the life I'm living right now.
I just think
Said beer gut? Check.
I think a lot
4
of women
kids? Check.
Yeah, it's so funny. But I just think a lot of ladies unintentionally get stuck in this loop of they have to find their sugar daddy or find someone to take care of them, or they can't be anything in life, so they gotta either meet some rich dude to take care of them, or find some dude to take care of them because they
Somebody's got to
settle.
find a Dharma daddy.
So yeah, they've
Not
got
a
to
sugar
find
daddy.
somebody.
We got
We
2.
But-
on this
got 2
podcast.
right here.
We got 2 Dharma daddies on this podcast.
But I just think if you look at, your main goals, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But
So-
if that's not what you want to do, you've got to find a skill. That's what my dad told me.
Skills.
He told me that there are, so many beautiful women out there, and there's nothing special about you. And he said, you better find something that you're good at, or you're going to get lost in the rough of
sauce.
In
diamonds,
the
because
That's
there are
hardcore.
dimes. There are a dime
Yeah.
a dozen.
Yo, her dad is special.
And-
Honestly, he's on magazines. He's like it'd be crazy to overlook that. Honestly.
And one thing he told
It's
me
crazy.
is diamonds are created under pressure, and the only way to grow is to be real, and he'll never lie to me, and he's been real with me my whole life, and he said things that probably hurt my feelings, but now I look back and I'm like, yep,
That's
thank
respect.
you, Dad, because
Yeah.
there isn't anything special about any of us until you take the time and make yourself different, because
Make yourself special.
exactly.
Yeah, you have to make yourself special.
So that's
So-
that.
So, what's your reason why? Why do you work so hard? Why do you have, this grimy, cleaner
Good
mentality?
question. Good question.
Why do you want to work so hard now?
Because I really have always wanted to be retired at 25. And what I mean by retired is that I have enough funds to pursue whatever venture I want to as a hobby. I probably will never stop working because, that's just, I love working, but I just want to be able to work and do hobbies and do things.
It's a rare
at
breed.
25.
Loves
when
working.
when it comes to business, it's not even working. It's just a sport.
Exactly.
You're trying to be
It's
the
a
best
hobby.
at the sport. It's a hobby. It's like.
And I think I'm extremely competitive because mostly my dad just really raising me to understand that there's people that will outwork you. There'll be people that outread you. There's people that are going to be smarter than you. There's going to be people that are going to be prettier than you. There's going to be people that are just richer than you.
That's just real.
They just have way more advantages than you. So you have like one shot to be what you want. It's totally up to you. It's going to be hard, but it's just up to you on how you're going to, handle it.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I love that. That's a really good reason why. I mean, I talk about retiring at 30. I think you're 30 as well, 25.
30.
You want $1 million in assets.
I'm 22, by
30.
the way.
So I can
Yeah.
retire at
Yeah,
30.
so
I got
I
a
can
little more specific. I need some a little more direction from me.
Yeah. So what I hear from the word on the street is you're pretty good, like damn good at sales. So
Yeah, I'd say
what are like
maybe.
the 3 most important things when it comes to a sale?
So, from what I learned with my father is the number one thing, and a lot of people talk about it, is first and foremost is rapport, but genuine rapport. The second part is building a friendship, and the third part is being able to transfer emotion to that person and persuading them to buy into a story that you're telling them and closing them on that idea.
So well, what's the saying? I'm gonna butcher it. It's like stories sell.
Facts tell.
Something like that.
Yeah, stories tell
No,
yeah.
it's statements tell, stories sell. Something like that.
Yeah.
Stories
I'm
tell,
confused.
or facts tell, stories sell. That was
Yes.
we all butchered
Yes,
that for a
that's it.
minute, but we got it.
Parker picked a
Pick the piker.
Oh God, if I would tell you guys my dad's version, I can't say it on here.
But no, that's
But-
awesome.
So those are the 3. Summarize it real quick. So the 3 things that are relevant.
Is building rapport, creating a friendship, and
Hu-
transferring
humanize
emotion.
the word rapport. What do you mean? Like build rapport.
Build rapport
I don't know what that
is creating a connection with somebody where
Like vibing with them.
yeah, it's where someone aligns with you as a person. So they have some type of agreement. So it could be an agreement on we both like the color blue, or we both like the Packers, or we both like the 49ers. There's an agreement between you that aligns the two people where now they have the ability to further that agreement to a friendship, and that friendship can further take something as far as closing someone to believing the way that you believe because they already are an
makes
agreement.
sense.
So
It's like a
kind
simple
of-
way to look at it.
Yeah. So would this be considered rapport? Say like you're door knocking, right? Selling solar. And you go up to a house, you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I just talked to Jane, your next door neighbor, and she's actually have like her installment next week to get her solar panels. And they're like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Like,
Yeah,
would that
so-
be something like rapport?
Yeah,
like,
that's definitely a level of rapport. That's called the third party close.
okay.
So you're using someone else to build rapport. So their neighbor, or you're using a familiar name. I've used it many times. My dad uses it all the time. He'll be like, yeah, Susie and Rick, they actually got a Kirby the other day. They love it. They actually, and then he'll bring up, the crazy part about what he does is he'll bring up the objection in the third party close too. So he'll say he knows so and so down the street, and then say some objection that he knows that whom he's talking to is going to say, and he will say that they had the same thing and then show where his product overcame the objection and blah blah blah. It's like an insane psychology. I think the best thing most people can do before they get into sales is have a basic understanding of psychology, because that's all that I really
She does harp on that a lot.
hone in on.
Psychology.
It's fun to me to know the psychology of how people think and the way that it just gives you some type of an advantage, I would say. It's the psychology piece.
Good. And
So my last question, just to follow up with all of that. What clothes do you see yourself using the most? Is there one you kind of always go to that's like your bread and butter that you perfected? No matter what.
Solar?
Yeah, like no matter what. If this came up, like you would use this clothes.
That's really an interesting question. So, in solar, I mean, to translate it to psychology on a level of a clothes that anyone could use for any product would be...
Or if it makes it easier, like what's the
I'm
most
trying to-
common objection you get, and how do you overcome that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's a way easier question.
Clothes.
Yeah.
like your
Oh,
go-to.
yeah,
I know you were,
Yeah,
you were
no,
thinking
but-
threads. I saw you.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
like-
I was just like looking at you
Hey,
so funny. I was like,
we got 2 people this episode in Dharma. We got 2
Yep.
slackers.
okay, yes, guys. If I was gonna go wear something, I'd wear Dharma.
Clothes.
I'm wearing
But-
the yet to be revealed Dharma underwear.
Oh,
They haven't seen it
goodness.
yet.
coming soon.
Yeah.
It's really just a pair of Hanes.
I'm gonna
with-
shred another couple of weeks, and then we'll do the product shots
But-
for those.
Oh, so you're bulking right now?
I'm coming off a bulk.
Oh, okay. Coming
Takes
off
like
the
a
bulk.
lifelong bulk.
It takes like 8 weeks. It's been a year and a half bulk.
Yeah, most common objection. How do you overcome it?
Yeah, so I guess the most common objection is I need to think about it is like the biggest one, or I need to talk to my wife or husband, and then I guess the third objection would be
I'm not gonna
I
be.
guess
I'm not gonna be
price?
alive for the
I
next
guess that is
25
price.
years.
Yeah, that is a big one. I've had that one.
That is pretty
And
funny.
I joked around with one of my customers. I think you were there for it, weren't you?
Yeah, it was.
And he was saying that he wasn't going to be alive in the next 25 years. And I just was like, fuck it. And I was like, well, you know what? So-and-so, you're not going to be around in 25 years. You're not going to have to, like, worry about it. You're going to be dead. Like, you won't
Yeah.
have to worry about it. Why
Who cares
why
about
care?
the debt at that
Like,
point?
you're going to be
you're
gone.
dead.
And then I just laughed, and he laughed, and it was funny. I would not suggest saying that if it's an awkward moment. Definitely read the vibe. But it was a good vibe, and it was funny, and it was chill. But I think when someone says they have to think about it, I just try to do intense discovery, and I agree with them, and I just say, yeah, I totally understand. I would want to think about this too. I understand
agree
you.
with them.
Yeah, so I agree with them, and then I start asking questions to figure out what they need to think about, because the reason why they're saying they need to think about it is because they have uncertainty in myself, the product, or the company.
Yep.
And so I have to find out what that is so I can overcome it. So basically I just agree with them, get them to talk to me more, and then I find out where that problem is, and then I overcome that problem, because I can't aimlessly overcome the problem if I don't know. So it's really just communication is key, and asking the right questions and understanding why someone needs to think about it is how I would overcome it, which is, psychology. So just kind of thinking.
No, awesome. Yeah.
Psychology. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all the questions I have for you. Those are the ones
Yeah.
I was itching to ask. I know Skip. So
I've got a couple here. We'll
reason-
start off with an
Well,
edgier
before
one.
we go, thank you, Wyatt. Those were really good questions. I had fun answering them.
yeah, for sure. No, a lot of the one of the one in sales and objections, just because like he's not used to sales. Like I just got my
Yeah.
foot in the door this last year in sales, so I kind of understand a little bit of it.
Totally.
But like we're about to get Skip into sales, so we need to drop him some nuggets.
Some
Yeah,
real
for sure.
nuggets. Some fire
And-
nuggets.
I feel like, these conversations can go on forever. We could talk about sales psychology, rebuttaling objections for
yeah.
like a whole hour.
There's a reason why there's like
Oh,
1,000 books on sales.
Oh yeah.
Everybody
Right.
wants to talk about it.
yeah, so.
That's
So,
good.
first one's a little edgy, controversial.
We love controversial questions.
I
here.
do.
Yeah.
I love getting in,
Yes.
being uncomfortable. I said that last episode. So, have you faced any particular challenges with you being a woman in sales, in the jobs you've had? How is that a little different? And then there's a lot of industries that are still male dominant, right? I'm in one that's predominantly male, but there's females that are taking over, doing a great job. What have you seen as far as the challenges of being a female in this industry?
Wow, you are so sexist.
Yeah. I mean, I
Thanks.
think that's a wonderful question. Growing up with my dad as my father, I have 2 other sisters. He's really made me blind to that.
It's a good
I
dad right
always
there.
just looked at myself as like an equal. I never thought that there was a problem, or it was weird if I entered a job with mostly men. I just knew that my dad always told me to work hard and do my best, and that's all that really matters. And so I've never been scared or shy to do jobs that mostly men do. As you heard, I was doing landscaping and building decks and standing decks and all kinds of crazy shit that women really don't do. There are some, but I mean, for the most part, I've never had a problem entering the job. But as I did enter the job of sales, I have notice some type of, I think what I've talked about on, because I have a Women in Solar group, an organization on Clubhouse where we come on weekly, where we talk about different things that we overcome as women in sales, especially in the solar industry, is we just think that there are some guys out there that just are not used to having competitors that are women. It's like being on the football team, and then you have, you're up against a component, the other team's a bunch of Powerpuff Girls or whatever.
Mary Jane at QB.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a crazy analogy, because, like, obviously there's some big-ass dudes I would definitely not want to be sideswiped by. Like, that just wouldn't work. I'd probably die. But in sales, like, it's just a thinking game,
It's a mind game.
strategy game. Like, there is no endurance where I'd be like, okay, maybe the dude has a better advantage here. We're kind of on an equal playing level. And I think some men just have this egotistic thing going on where they just don't want to be beat by a girl. And so that kind of does come up. Right? What?
How do they discredit you, though? You mentioned this before.
Yeah, I did mention it before. So a lot of men out there have discredited me with, like, my intelligence or my capabilities by, just take your imagination for it. Oh, you're pretty, you sold a lot of solar because you're pretty, or you probably sold to a lot of guys because of this and that, or just discrediting, your intelligence and all the hard work you put in just because you're a pretty female. And I don't know what it's like, and also another thing too is, like, if you're not a pretty female, I feel like men are even more rude to you because they're like, that girl's fat or that girl's ugly. I've heard a lot of mean things said about women that aren't, like, quote unquote the aesthetically beautiful, but they're beautiful at heart, but they're, like, not aesthetically pleasing. Men say a lot of rude things as well, and I think that's not fair. And I think it's also because they have a little dick syndrome or something. They just have small egos, but that's nor here nor there.
I mean,
Love
big egos and small PPs.
Is that the way it goes?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, yeah. You have to have a big ego, yeah.
You said they had a small ego, and I was like, that means they have a giant
big
cock.
Okay, it's the other way around.
That means he is laying pipe on the side.
Oh, boy.
So what I'm picking up is that mostly there's a couple of real challenges you face as a woman, but a lot of it, as far as getting in, it's mostly the stigma
Yeah.
that prevents women from doing what you're doing. Otherwise, there's a handful of small occurrences here and there that you've quickly outshined. So you said you worked a lot of manual labor, hard jobs, and you showed up and put the work in, and pretty much good to go there, right?
That's
Yeah.
a good story.
And
You showed
one
up
thing-
with the attitude to put the work in, and didn't matter. You were a chick. You freaking killed it. And the same thing with sales. You're selling. And the only time you have a challenge is when people try to discredit you, because they couldn't oppose you because your numbers are better than theirs. So they're like, oh, she's pretty. Yeah, she sold, and they're probably sitting there face fucking a bag of Cheetos right now listening to this,
Yeah. And
So, but
Taking notes.
you've aced it as a woman, right? Like,
well,
it
thank
really,
you. I've
being
tried,
a woman
definitely, yeah.
hasn't hindered you, right?
No, definitely not.
Perfect.
And I think one thing that I would share with other women that are wanting to get in sales or work in a predominantly male industry is honestly just have the confidence, because, like, the worst thing someone's going to do to you is discredit you, and that's not that bad.
They can
because,
attempt to.
well, yeah, they can attempt to. But, like, if you know who you are and the numbers show who you are and you feel like you know what you've done, like, it doesn't matter what people say about you. It's like high school. I used to be picked on in elementary school, middle school, and high school, and people would say really nasty, mean things about me. And my dad taught me this, too. He told me in high school, because I was always bullied, he told me, because I used to go to private Christian schools, and I begged my dad freshman year to let me go to a normal high school. And I went my second semester, and he warned me. He was like, all the girls and everyone's going to pick on you because you're the new girl and no one knows you. So, like, you need to shut up. He said, shut the fuck up, sit back, don't talk, and watch everyone for a good 6 months before you pick your friends.
Damn.
And that's what I did.
Some real advice as a young one.
Damn.
And so I had no friends.
Damn.
The only friend I had was Haley, by the way, because I shut the fuck up. I sat back and I watched, and I saw who were the real ones, who were the shit talkers and blah, blah, blah. But that's kind of how it is in life, is like you stick to yourself, you find the real ones, and you observe who isn't going to be there for you. But that's another thing nor here nor there.
That's
but
fire, though.
haters,
That's real, though.
it is
a good extra nugget right there.
Yeah.
but the one thing that he really taught me was, you know, haters are your biggest fans. And since I had so much bullying happening, it was like those were the people that propelled me in life. And I'm actually very grateful for everybody that talked shit about me or the men that discouraged me, because that's like what pushes you forward, you know? You want to work harder to show them that they're wrong. So honestly, I don't regret it. I love them all. I love everybody. So if you're a woman trying to get into this and you're scared of someone like, you know, talking bad about you or discrediting you, then you need to grow a backbone and just say, like, fuck it and just do it, because who cares? People are going to talk shit about you no matter what.
You didn't hear it from one of us. You heard it from her.
That is live.
That's awesome. So to go from something more controversial now to something a little lighter, because I like to bring a little relief to the show.
Yeah, that got pretty heat.
So there's I know a lot of our peers are watching this, and maybe older, maybe younger, who knows. So you being a successful young woman, you've got yourself a successful man there. Danny's just incredible. Can't tell him enough. A good question for me, for Wyatt, any other Dharma daddies out there watching. So what are some of the standards I should look for in a successful young woman, and what does that look like coming from you? Because we could sit here and be like, oh, dude, she's hot. Like, oh, she seems cool. You know, we could do that shit all day and make the same mistakes 9.9 times out of 10. But what would you have to say about that?
You know, that's a really good question. And I think, you know, what my dad would say if he was on here is it's definitely not going to be easy. And you probably will be fooled more times than not.
Been there, done it, got the t-shirt.
But I think what to look for is to find a girl that has some type of faith right away, because like that kind of just eliminates a lot of problems.
How?
Accountability.
Because
standards,
standards, and what my dad always told me, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything or everything. And so,
That's why
I mean, if you were going to go for a girl, you know, nowadays it's so easy to get sucked into, you know, I'm not even going to go down that path in this call, but it's just, I would find the first step is to find someone with faith. Because even if they're not active, at least they have some type of moral foundation to kind of guide them. A moral compass. And even if they're not a Christian, maybe it's Catholic or whatever, just find someone with a moral compass is a good way to say it. But also find someone with a good work ethic. If it's a girl that's actually actively working and is too busy to actually hang out with you, it's probably a good sign. If she's
I like
out
that.
there
So
grinding.
there's a little
Wait,
exclusivity.
you can't just, like, that's a nugget for all guys listening. So we just say, sorry,
I've got a nugget after this.
Say that again. Like,
if you find a girl and she's too busy to hang out with you because she's working, you've probably found a good one.
yeah.
No.
Not the whole, I fell asleep, or I was with my friends. You know, like, not someone who has the one job and you know they're off by like 5:30 and they're just not hitting you up.
Yeah, and the ones
like,
that play games, let me just say it right now, are the psychos,
Tell us.
okay?
Ooh.
If you play games, you are a girl.
Expose 'em.
You are not a woman. So don't play
wait.
with anybody that
Say that again. Say that again.
Wait, say that. Drop
I
the
know
mic out.
the women are going to hate me, but if
No,
you
but
are
it's
playing
exposing
games...
No. The girls are going to hate you.
Yes, if you're playing games, you're a girl. You're not a woman, because women will tell you exactly what they want, and they're not going to be scared. They're not going to be like, I'm not going to Snapchat him or text him back for 5 hours because he didn't text me back because he was busy. So I'm going to wait 5 hours, and I'm not going to do anything with him, and I'm going to post myself at the bar tonight.
Is that's the thing?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
And so if you're a real one, you'll just say, hey, I'm free tonight. I'd like to see you. And not like say some bullshit. I mean, I'm not going to get into that, but just find someone that doesn't play games.
Damn.
And
So
you're
she's
working.
busy. She's probably a keeper.
So
I like that.
Yeah,
I
that's a
like
nugget
that
for
a
all the
lot.
guys.
So we just quickly to summarize that, you said some sort of faith system.
Yes.
All right, someone who's got some apparent work ethic,
Yep.
not
Yep.
who just says they're busy, but it's like they're doing this and this and this, and they're like straight up about it. So faith, work ethic, and they don't play games.
Yes.
They're little girls.
Intentional.
Exactly.
Being intentional.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like fire.
And it's like when you find that right person, you'll feel lucky that they even put you in their schedule because they're so obsessed about
Hey, exclusivity
making their
sales.
money.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I want to see if y'all have ever heard this before. So like how I try to round my circle, the people I spend time with, and also like my relationships. I do need to find a way to implement faith into this acronym, but I've always been told like surround yourself with bad people. Have you ever heard that before?
BAD.
No.
BAD. Surround yourself with bad people. So business minded, ambitious, and driven. Surround yourself with bad people.
Business minded.
So
Yeah.
that's what they're saying whenever they're like, "She a bad bitch."
Yeah.
She's
Oh, it's business.
No, when they say
Business-minded?
just be careful when they say
Ambitious.
when she's a baddie. She's business minded, ambitious, driven, direct,
insane.
insane, and erratic.
I didn't.
Stay
I've
away
been
from the
listening to this whole time.
In the boot things.
So,
Oh,
thank
boy.
you for giving me and Wyatt some advice there.
You're
Much
welcome.
appreciated.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
sorry to all the ladies that I just called out. But
So what we're gonna
if you
do?
are that lady,
Keep it
you
real.
should just read some books, some
1-800.
self-development books, and then the vice versa. If you are that girl that I just talked about, and you keep finding yourself
you're-
in weird situations too, you keep finding the shitty
Yeah, you're
guys.
talking about the
it's because you're
girls.
attracting the wrong people.
Well, that
so
too.
you have to look at yourself. You can still change. You just got to read some books and like maybe do some self-development, and then you can attract the partner that you want.
Like the girls
It all
who
starts from yourself.
they start the fight because they want attention. And
Oh,
it's just
Yes.
horrible. Yeah,
That's
that
nice
kind of
and
shit.
healthy.
Yeah.
So basically, what
Yeah,
I got
toxic.
from all of that is that for the Dharma website, we should basically just put a picture of me and Skip on there and sell ourselves.
Yeah. Lincoln Arms.
Yeah. Just
Only
be like,
Dharmas.
for rent.
Only
Oh my
daddies.
God.
Will
rent.
travel. Willing to travel.
Willing
So-
to travel to different countries.
Not only are you incredibly mature, you gave us some nuggets on what we should be looking for what all you guys tuning in, what you should be looking for, or if you're with someone who's doing some of the shit Autumn just called out,
Reassess.
figure it out.
Reassess.
And I just want to throw out there, it all starts with you. So if you keep finding yourself in a weird relationship situation, it starts with you. And when you're aligned and you're doing what you're supposed to and you found your purpose or your dharma, the right person will come into your life. It just has to be the right timing and that you've aligned to your purpose.
Do you believe timing is everything?
Timing is everything, Daniel.
No, so I saw a quote today that kind of relates to that. It was like, there's always that one person that's always like, oh, the grass looks greener over there. But yeah, it's probably because you're not tending to your own garden.
Grant
Uh-huh.
Cardone.
Yeah, so it was in Sell or Be Sold. That's not the entire quote, but it's like other people are focused
Wow.
on this other brighter garden because they lack tending to
Greener
their own.
pastures.
Well, make your garden look like that, you know, and
Yeah.
put everything
Yeah.
you learn together. You'll do it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Y'all had some good questions. And
Yeah,
I'm sure
I really
there's,
enjoyed answering all
yeah,
of
I
this.
got
there's,
This
a, there's
was
a lot
fun.
of people out there that are listening that are like, damn, like my perception on not only just women, but like business. Because, like, dude, there's so many people getting exposed by other men and by other women. And there's a lot going on right now. And so that was
Yeah.
some good advice, some good little nuggets. Guys figuring things out, maybe. Girls, some
Mhm.
girls getting exposed for that. And then more importantly, a lot of guys getting exposed for just limiting themselves to believe like, oh, but she just sold because of
Yeah.
that or because of this.
And one thing I want to add, one more nugget to Skip's question, is my dad always harped on me how important it is to find the right person for you. Because when
Not
you
a
pick
person, but the right
the
one.
right one, when you do pick somebody to be your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife or husband, that person, whatever traits, whatever they embody is who you're going to be with for X amount of time. And you got to ask yourself, is this person helping me? Are their traits serving me, or are they holding me back? Because they're going to be that person that's with you through a lot of stuff, and like if they suck and they play games and they're holding you back and they just are like draining you, you're never actually going to get to your purpose and your dharma because you have some leech.
I like how
they're leeches.
Everything we talk about just kind of like circles back to just Dharma. So I think we picked a good name.
Yeah. Pizza was
So-
great today.
So I got
Dharma.
one more for you.
Okay.
So we went from like here up to here, chilling up there. I'm gonna bring it back down, something a little more
Okay.
chill. So you are currently successful in your certain skill trade with sales. How has specifically sales and entrepreneurship benefited you socially, and has it changed the way you deal with people, how you work with others?
Yes and no. I treat everybody the same way that I've always treated people. I treat people as people. I think the reason why I'm extremely good at what I do and how I'm able to connect with so many people is because I'm extremely genuine. And I think when people in sales get this thing called commission breath, it comes off to individuals, and then they don't like that. They don't want to go see a used car salesman that's trying to like sell them something. They want to connect with someone that's genuinely thoughtful and there for them. So that's what I do, and I just stay the same. I treat everybody the same way, whether you're my friend, you're my father, you're my boyfriend, you're my sister. I treat everyone the same. So I guess one thing that has changed is...
So we got a little bit of...
we're looking at...
Somebody kill that turkey.
Yeah, we're
Does
kind
kinda
of getting
sound like a turkey.
sidetracked over
Yeah.
there.
But-
So has it not necessarily enhanced your social life, because you being so driven? I know you're not a party girl. You're not always out partying, doing whatever. But has it made you more socially aware? Has it enhanced your ability to kind of read people, adapt whatever perception you need to read the situation correctly? Has it done anything like that?
Yeah.
So I'm not a sales guy, so I don't know.
That's definitely a good question. I've always been an overthinker and an analyzer because of what my dad told me. Shut the fuck up and analyze stuff.
Watch everyone for
So,
6 months. That's lit.
I
That's
usually
good
don't
advice.
talk for a lot of situations. I probably didn't talk that much when I met Wyatt for the first time. I've always done that. I've
She don't
always
like
just
me.
You've been quiet. Like the first couple times I met you, you were super quiet.
Yeah,
I didn't take it as a bad thing. I was like, okay, that's Autumn.
Yeah,
But after a while, she told Dan, she's like, I like Wyatt. He's one of my favorites.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Aw.
And you told him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wyatt, you are one of my favorites. But I've always been really perceptive on the way that people think. Like, I love psychology. Like, I love entering a room and staring at a group of people and trying to piece of what the body language is telling. So, like, do they actually like each other? Is there tension? Is someone cheating on somebody? Is someone, is there some weird kind of dynamic? I like to solve the puzzles.
People watching.
And yeah, I love people watching. And with sales, I think it's heightened that ability that I have of reading people. I notice I do it more in home or when I'm working, as more, because I usually do it as like a pleasure leisure thing, but now I see myself doing it more in work, and I do it more often. But it's just fun for me, so I don't know. I mean, I don't think you have to be that psychotic and be that much into psychology. But
You're psychotic. Get out of here.
I know. I don't want to say psychotic. It's just fun to me to piece together the habits of
It's like
people.
human behavior.
Yeah, I like
She's
human
like the
behavior.
dude from Criminal Minds who like could see like the screens with his head and be like.
That's kind of
figure it
like
out.
what I think about. Is like I just think of like everybody.
Yeah, exactly, Skip.
Yeah. I just think of everyone as they're showing their body language. They want to be read, and I just like to crack the code.
Yeah, so you
So.
you objectively analyze, then you predict.
Yes. And
Wow.
as you go through life, you find out with objections, a lot of the same things reoccur, so your predictions can be more precise.
Grant Cardone.
Exactly.
Spits fire.
I
Which
love
equals
that.
confidence, by the way, from Grant Cardone.
You've brought an amazing amount of knowledge and insight to the show for this episode.
Yeah, it's been
And
fun.
in general, like getting to know you a little bit more, as well as Danny. You are, because I've had dudes bring over some whack ass girlfriends who are no fun. It's either been my girlfriend before or others, and they just kind of drain. They don't get it. Like it doesn't enhance the time, especially with me, the limited time I have with the people I truly love, which is you guys and the fam, and it just takes away from all that. But you enhance, you add value to, like we went on the boat earlier today, and we had a great time. You fit right into the group. You enhance it. You bring humor,
Value.
You put value into whatever it is what we're doing, and it's
No,
always awesome to have you around.
She's a lot of fun. She's ditzy for sure.
Oh, okay, Wyatt.
She was like, well, what kind of fish do y'all have around here? And I'm like, oh, well, down here we catch armadillos and raccoons. She's like, really? We don't have those in Oregon.
I never heard of an armadillo fish.
I just thought that was like a nickname for a fish. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
from here. You know, there's some crazy names for fish. In Oregon, I don't know. We say some crazy
the Alabama
shit.
barking spider. We have the.
Well,
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
You're awesome. We're always happy to have you around.
Yeah.
well, thank you guys. That was really very sweet, and I love hanging out with you guys. It's been really fun getting to know everybody, and I never thought I'd call Louisiana my second home, but I
Yeah,
really
me
think
either.
you guys are my second
Jesus.
Yeah.
We did not want to come farther west than Mississippi, and look at us now. I'm living here.
home. Look at you now.
Look at me now.
But I think it might be Danny's turn. We'll save the best for last.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think-
Danny, you have some questions?
I think Danny's got
Oh, boy.
and
I think
questions
you
with
know all the
intention.
answers.
Question. No,
I think I know all the answers.
In sales, you
knows
never
free.
ask a question
If
that
you
you
do.
don't know the answer to.
Oh, right.
No, but as far as that, I want to hear that acapella y'all were just running. Run it back.
We can.
No. It's
Run it
go
back?
time now.
No, wait. I think what would be really fun after this is you ask the question and we try to guess her answer, and she says like who comes closer.
Okay.
That's
That-
a fun game.
That'd be fun.
All right, so we'll do 3 questions, and I'll run a little turbo round with y'all, and
I like
let
it.
y'all pick.
Hit me.
All right, sounds good. So, but Autumn, one question. I'll just have a couple of questions for you.
Are
So,
we playing the game just to confirm?
no, not yet.
Oh,
we're,
not
we're
yet?
not playing
Okay.
the game.
We'll do a speed round after.
Okay.
But what would you say actually, truly, right now at least, wakes you up in the morning? Like what? Like when you wake up, what's the first thing in terms of women in sales
Danny.
or women in business?
Sorry.
Danny. Who's that guy? He's pretty handsome.
Yeah, you must be a stud.
No, but it's like in terms of business, like what gets you excited? What wakes you up right now? Like what fuels you? Not like your mission and your whole vision, but like right now, like what's driving you?
What's driving me right now is to ride the wave. Not ride the wave. Like there's a sense of urgency to make solar right now pop off in the most exponential way ever, because I think it's like kind of coming. There's going to be a window to this, and I think it's definitely going to close down in the next 3 to 5 years. And what pushes me every day is like, I need to make this shit happen today. I need to make my millions now.
Right.
Yesterday, like it needs to happen ASAP, because it's not gonna be around forever, and so, well, it will be around for a while, but the type of money that could be made right now is pushing me to wake up
For the
every day.
audience, let's say somebody. So the national average is 4 sales a month for the solar industry. If somebody, let's just say, like decided to become really good and do like 8 to 10 sales a month, just from what you know, how much money would somebody really actually make if they got 8 people a month to go solar?
It could be roughly 50 to 65,000, I think, a month with 8
Per
deals.
year or month?
Per month.
So that's why you're in solar.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's why.
So you don't really care about the environment. Is what you're saying.
No, but I mean the reality is, I mean that's special because it's like, oh no, that's not that cool right now. I'd rather open, and no disrespect to it, but I mean somebody like that with the mindset of like, okay, like well a boutique for right here or solar to make $70,000 a month, pretty right away.
Right. And so one thing too is like, I wish the industry was more about saving the environment and helping the future children and whatever, but that's not really what it's about. Every homeowner that I get to go solar they do not care about the environment at all. It's all about saving money, and that's okay, because that's I'm there to save them money. I'm still helping them. I'm financially helping them. I'm financially helping myself, and so I'm happy to be there. So, it's just it's a win-win, and I guess the extra win-win is we are helping the planet while we're saving people money, and I'm making a lot of money. So, at the end of the day, it's a very good exchange. And I think it's a very good karmatic effect if I'm helping people, being genuine, and saving people from psychos out there that are ripping people off in the industry because it isn't very regulated. There isn't many permitting and all that. You can get away with a lot in the solar industry because it is a wild, wild west out there. Because it is the gold rush. I'm not joking. You can get away with a lot. So I think my part is being genuine, helping families, and then, saving money, making a ton of money while I do it. It's a great aspiration for right now, and I can't wait to dive into my future ventures.
Yep. We are still live. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. The camera died, but we're back in action, and I had a really light last question. Hopefully you've prepared for this.
Skip. Pass me my cigar.
He needs a cigar.
The
But
cigarella.
I hope you've prepared for a question like this. Would you be willing to do another and a real professional Dharma photo shoot?
Of course I would.
Perfect. That's a lock. That's
Locked
perfect.
in. You just signed the contract.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't
Closer on it.
I love
DocuSign.
taking pictures. It's fun. And little fun fact, one of my first passions before, well, it was after horses. I always was obsessed with horses. But I convinced my dad, I sold him on, I had this weird thing for animals. So if he was over drinking or was a little tipsy, I'd get him to buy me weird animals like lizards, hermit
horse.
crabs, horses. I convinced him to get
It's
a
long
ranch.
hangover.
I convinced him to get me a lot
I
of
bought
stuff.
a what? A horse?
He bought me 2 horses in one day. But anyway,
That's awesome.
I convinced him.
That's the flex.
But
You need 2, right?
before all that, I actually was obsessed with.
Hamsters.
Well, I had a few hamsters.
Snakes.
I had a few. I had all of the animals you could ever think of, guys. I almost got my dad to get me a monkey. Anyone that knows me in high school knows I almost had a monkey.
Yeah, that was your
Anyway.
nickname as a kid. Was Monkey.
Oh,
Little monkey.
that was true. Very true. But what was I gonna say? Oh, so I used to binge watch America's Next Top Model when I was a kid, and I would take a notebook. I had like 10 notebooks, and I'd write down all the modeling poses, everything. I looked at America's Next Top Model as like the Bible. Like I looked at it as something like you had to study. I studied it every day. I did everything. My dad finally got me a camera that I'd made my little sister Summer, which you'll know. We have photos on our computer. I'll show you when we go to Oregon.
Fair enough.
I'd make my sister take pictures of me, and I'd scream at her until she took good ones. I'm not kidding you.
It was never your fault.
Little sister.
Yeah, my little sister,
Oh,
I was about
dude.
10. She was 2 years younger than me, 2.5 years. We did that until I was about 14 years old and into my teens. And I'd make my little sister take pictures of me, and then I'd edit them, and I'd send them off to modeling places. And then I'd get casted. And then I'd go, and then they're like, yeah, you're too short. So for my whole life, I've always been shot down for being too short. But you know what? The whole point, too,
Damn.
about all of this is to be as tall and big as everybody in sales, and then own my own shit, and then just take really pretty pictures, and then they're gonna wish they hired me one day. So
One day.
yeah,
Oh, you
Hey,
it'll
got
be
it.
fun.
wait,
For
question,
sure.
y'all. So, are you, all 3 of y'all, are y'all ready for the turbo round?
The turbo round.
I'm ready to
That's
go.
right. Turbo rounds.
Use your game show voice and go ahead and announce it.
All right.
All right, welcome back. You're watching Turbo Round with Autumn Taylor and Daniel Lynch. With your co-host, Wyatt Evans and Steven Skip Webster.
That is us.
Very good.
Wow.
Like that. And so, now that we're here, so I'm going, the rules of the game is I'm actually going to say something like a predicament that you would maybe find yourself in or something, and then we'll hear an answer, and then you will pick of which one is more accurate.
I'm so
And
excited.
it's
I want to
gonna
point
be
out that
pretty
she
crazy.
said Wyatt was like one of her favorites already, so
Uh-huh.
I want to get that out of there.
I know nothing about Autumn.
Ooh, so now we've got 2
Okay, well,
clean
now you're not
but-
my favorite anymore, Wyatt.
But no, but
Ooh.
I
The
thought you.
study.
You haven't
I
been
am very-
listening
I
to
am-
You got
me?
You gotta
demoted.
know your guests.
Hey,
I-
Wyatt, will
I
you
ve-
stand up
no.
so you can sit down?
Okay. All right. So,
No, I'm really good at reading people.
question number 1.
Mm.
Let's say it's a weekend morning. Autumn is actually off of work. She has no work scheduled. She actually wants a free day to herself. What does she wake up and what does she do?
She goes to brunch. She drinks probably one too many. I don't know if she does screwdrivers or mimosas, but definitely orange juice is involved. And she gets way too hammered. Danny brings her home. They take a nap. And then she watches TV the rest of the afternoon. Then maybe if she's feeling up to it, they'll go on like a hike or something or do something romantic.
All right. And what's your answer, sir?
I would have said it's not too far off. I was thinking she'd wake up whenever. She wouldn't have set an alarm. She'd sleep in, wakes up. She probably eats something yummy for breakfast, something that she likes. Probably not a lot,
Avocado toast.
whatever it is. And then goes and watches like some of her favorite shows, whether it's animal related or probably America's Next Top Model or something fun like that. Sits there and watches for a while until she feels like, oh, okay, let's go do this. And then she'll take Danny to go take pictures in some cool location. And then from there, dinner and go drink somewhere and have a good time.
All right. So, just a round 1 quick winner. Who would you say is a little bit more accurate?
I would definitely have to say Skip was a little bit more accurate, but both
Skippy.
of you,
Ding, ding, ding,
not
ding,
Skippy.
ding.
Oh, Skip.
Skip.
Ah,
He would be a
'cause
lot
you
more
looked at
accurate.
him.
Well, I was looking
damn.
at you, but I said Skip.
Fair
But
enough.
Okay.
can I tell you guys what I'd really do?
Sure.
Yeah.
If it was my day and it was completely up to me, and Danny wasn't involved,
Oh,
I'd
okay.
or even if he was involved, and it was just like my day, like
Sure.
it was my day and I picked it, and it was just what I wanted to do. I would probably call. So I'd wake up probably early. I like to wake up early, so at least by 8 a.m.
8 p.m.
8 a.m. I mean, jeez Louise,
Yes.
guys.
Well, no.
And I'd probably go horseback riding, and then I would probably do some kind of fun outdoors activity. I probably wouldn't drink, maybe in the later day, but I'd probably go do some horseback riding in the morning or something.
Nice
But
little
that's what I would do.
sunset.
Yeah, we got a beautiful little sunset.
Oh my god, the
in
sunset's
street
coming
now.
in.
It is looking nice.
What's that girl's name that we go went horseback riding with? I want to go see her.
Sunset.
Sunset Boulevard.
That's the name of the
That-
horse.
Her name's Lexi, right?
Sexy
know.
Lexi. How you doing, girl?
Jesus.
All right.
Secure
Shout
yourself.
Yes.
out to that experience we had.
Yeah.
We went horseback riding recently.
It was a
She
lot of
did.
fun. That's where I feel the most at home.
Okay.
But now you guys know me a little bit
fair
better.
enough.
I feel the most at home when I'm at home.
Yeah.
I don't have a home. I'm a free spirit.
You're a nomad.
Nomad.
Yeah.
Are you a nomad?
I'm a nomad and I traveled a lot.
Nice. So, second question would be: Are you cool, calm, and collected, or outgoing and sporadic in the sale when she walks into a home? Cool, calm, collected, or outgoing? Skip, you go first, just real quick.
I would say obviously there's a combination of both, but I would go with cool, calm, and collected because she's already has the skill for reading people. So she kind of goes in with an understanding of how she's going to approach, and she can quickly adapt. So she's not going to be like, oh, well, you can do this and this. She's going to be like, oh, well, here's this and here's this. She can read the situation correctly and respond on her feet, which keeps her cool, calm, collected.
Should I even answer?
Do you think that's it, or do you
Yeah,
think she's
it's-
out more
yeah.
outgoing?
I feel like from time to time she does get flustered. That's my only thing.
Ooh.
She's cool, calm, and collected.
If I had to
some,
choose.
there's some objections sometimes that like flutters her.
I mean, she's outgoing as a person, yeah, but for the situation, I'm going to go with
So,
option
preach.
A.
Well, essentially Skip was right.
She's
And it is crazy because a lot of people that actually not that many people have shadowed me, but the few that have shadowed me just talk about how cool, calm, and collective I am. I am so chill. My main thing that I think is my biggest selling feature is I'm just so calm. It's just too calm almost sometimes, really.
yeah.
I'm just very calm. And even when someone says something insane to me, I'm so calm. It's like a poker face.
All right.
I don't even get fluttered. So.
Let's get
my poke face.
let's get one more question in before we wrap up Dharma Daddies episode
Fair enough.
3.
Okay.
All right, so the last question is, and these are just fun questions, y'all. But last question is, going out to dinner, what does she eat? She picks dinner.
Like,
Like,
am I going food or a restaurant?
Yeah. Restaurant.
Like type of
Type of food. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Genre. Thank you.
Where is she?
No, just she's right here in Louisiana, Madisonville, Louisiana.
She'd go for some seafood and probably try to get her hands on some oysters.
All right.
I would say lean towards seafood, but it's going to be based on like, oh, this place looks cute. Like, I would like to go here and see what it's about. More so that
all right,
than...
so since both of y'all
He's
agree.
in all fairness, he's elaborating way too much.
Yeah.
He asked a simple question. Now he's setting the mood. So he's selling you on the place already.
That's true.
Closed
You have-
him.
and all 3 questions so far. He's
You're
closed
really
you on the place he's
relaxed,
going
you're
to.
loving the environment.
I might
All right,
have
hey,
the
she
same
She might
thing.
roll
got
over
the
in her
same-
Plan B,
comfy,
Plan B.
cozy
What's number
snuggie.
Plan B? Plan B is where she would go. All the seafood restaurants are closed. Where's she going?
Oh, I have an answer ready right now.
You can go.
Food truck.
All right. Genre of food, come on.
Okay, give me a sec.
5. This is turbo round.
I'm gonna say a fancy little Mexican restaurant.
Oh, okay. And when you say food truck, what type of genre?
Normally around here, it's probably going to be
3,
a Mexican style,
2,
but whatever she can find,
1.
food truck style.
I'm gonna say Wyatt was the closest. I love me some oysters, but my top pick any day of the week. Danny doesn't eat it, so it sucks. I have to do it by myself most of the
Sushi.
time. Sushi.
I know, I was trying to lead somebody into
Sushi
that
is what I
question.
get all the time, but I do love me some charbroiled oysters. So
Oysters.
oysters.
See, char grilled, whatever you call it.
Oh,
that
but
isn't
by
too
the way,
bad.
on the West Coast, I will slap down raw oysters every day, every single day. The oysters here are too thick and fat and juicy for me to eat
Yeah,
raw, so I
Sorry,
like
we're
the
too thick and juicy for you.
I like the
Don't
West
worry,
Coast
we don't want
ones.
you to eat them raw anyway.
Question, y'all. So,
Oh.
so we've got a couple different things going on over the next week. We've got episode 4 coming out. There's definitely something special coming around the corner for Dharma. I know we're wrapping up today's episode. Is there anything that you want to drop that's coming with Dharma that is not only just gets you excited, but like that's something that the people are waiting on?
The second clothing drop, we're going to have inventory in.
Ooh.
We already got one bulk order coming in. I
Ooh.
imagine might be here next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
And
next
So
week.
where can they get it? Because I've got Dharma already. I'm wearing it. Where can I get some more?
Okay, so we're gonna have the link in the description. Wherever, if you go to dharma-llc.myshopify.com, that is dharma-llc.myshopify.com. You can go and order whatever you want. We're gonna have the link in the Instagram description as well at dharma__apparel. What a lot of people don't know about is with what I do for like my full-time job right now is I deal with a lot of people in the NFL, NBA, MLB. So I have access to a lot of athletes right now, and I've actually been in the works of talking to a couple of athletes. Like I'm not talking to like Shaq or to Tom Brady or anything. However, I got people with blue check marks with 10, 15, 20, 100,000 followers that have a good name for themselves that I might bring on and get them some clothing and discount codes. But there's one person who has a podcast. He's a musician, and he's the one that introduced me to the law of Dharma. And so I'm going to do my damnedest to try to get in touch with him as soon as possible.
Like a cleaner.
Dude,
Like a cleaner.
I've got his
We're running
manager.
up. We're running up.
So we've been in contact with him through like stealth before.
Yeah.
And I have his manager's email, and so I've been in contact with him. I've hopped on a phone call
We're
with him
running
before.
up BP here.
Oh no. So we tried selling on a machine. We're like, hey, we're gonna fly up there, and if we beat you in BP, you got to buy the system. But if you beat us, it's free, but we have to be on the podcast. So that was the whole thing. But he was like, we're the nomads. We travel every couple weeks and months and stuff. So it just didn't work out. But
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, don't forget to follow
Shelby.
all of us on Instagram and stay tuned. I know Dharma has a pretty sick Instagram where you post a lot of your upcoming new drops and whatnot on your Instagram as well.
yeah, and also the story feed has some inspirational, motivational stuff.
Yep.
Just kind of stuff to read every day.
Yeah, definitely stay linked in and follow your Dharma.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
follow me
let's
if you
go.
want to see stupid boat memes or me chugging something or lifting
Let's
some
do
weight.
it.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let Skip take this one out, or Autumn if you'd like to take us out.
You are the distinguished guest of the evening.
Well, this is an outro. I don't know how you guys do it around here on Dharma Daddies,
we
but
typically take our clothes off when we jump off the railing.
oh shit. Okay. Well, all right, guys. You guys first. Well, you know what? This was a wonderful evening. I'm so glad that I got to spend it with the 3 of you Dharma Daddies. You guys had some wonderful questions, and I'm so excited to stay tuned in and listen to more of your guys' podcasts and see some more fire clothing. And you, Wyatt, following your Dharma and creating this whole brand. I'm really excited to see it bloom. And
Boom.
just don't forget to follow us all on Instagram. Stay tuned with the website and all the drops. And with that,
Yeah.
also, wait, This is on YouTube. We're ending a YouTube podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that post
That's
notification
what I
bell.
was waiting for.
So, with all that, we're headed out of here. Thank
Skip,
you guys
hit him
so
with
much.
the beatbox.
Hit him with the freestyle.
Hey, yo, right. Hey, they say we chillin'. Yeah, we is some dirty daddies. Yeah, we about to get it cause we driving in the caddy. We getting loose in the back. Caboose, yeah, you know we ain't whack. Yeah, we really having fun chillin' on the river. Getting really cold, yeah, we really about to shiver. Yeah, we about to chill. Till next episode, I'm about to get it cause you know I'm about to flip it though. Hey.
Peace.
Later, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace, y'all. Enjoy.